Every single afternoon, at precisely 5 o'clock, Lucia would make her way to the old park in her neighborhood. No one understood why she always chose the same wooden bench, the one tucked beneath a large tree whose branches barely offered any shade. For everyone else, it was just a forgotten corner of the city. But for Lucia, it was the only place where time itself seemed to stop. Years and years ago, this was where she and Matteo would spend their afternoons. He had a playful theory that this specific bench was magical. He'd say that anyone who sat there could finally hear what their heart truly wanted to say. Lucia always laughed at the idea, brushing it off as one of his romantic fantasies. That is, until the day Matteo left. There was no dramatic, tear-filled goodbye, no promises of forever whispered into the night. It was much quieter, much colder than that. One morning, Lucia simply woke up and he was gone. He left behind a profound silence, a collection of memories that played on a loop in her mind, and a small bedside clock, its hands frozen forever at 5 o'clock. From that day on, the park became her sanctuary. Every afternoon, she would return to their bench, close her eyes, and let the memories wash over her. She could almost hear his voice, his easy laughter that used to fill the air, the comforting weight of his hand in hers when the world felt overwhelming. Sometimes, she'd find herself speaking out loud, telling him about her day, whispering questions into the wind, as if he were sitting right there beside her, still listening. Then came an afternoon that felt different. The sun was beginning its slow descent, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink when something caught her eye. Tucked tightly between the worn wooden slats of the bench was a small, folded piece of paper. Her heart skipped a beat. With hands that trembled slightly, she carefully pulled it free and unfolded it. The handwriting was unfamiliar, but the message felt like it was written just for her. It read, "Not everything that leaves disappears. Sometimes it only waits for us to stop looking back." Tears began to stream down her face, not of sadness, but of a sudden, startling clarity. She had no idea who left the note. A stranger, a kind soul, perhaps even the universe itself. But in that single moment, she finally understood. She had been living her life trapped inside a beautiful memory, so focused on the past that she had completely forgotten how to live in her present. For the first time in years, Lucia stood up from the bench without the familiar ache in her chest. She looked around, truly seeing the park for what it was now. The sky, the trees, the strangers walking by, each living their own story, completely unaware of hers. And for the first time, that felt okay. A gentle, genuine smile touched her lips. Before turning to leave, she placed a hand on the weathered wood of the bench and whispered softly, "Thank you for protecting me." That day, as the sun finally set, the clock inside Lucia's heart began to tick again. And at long last, she started to move forward with it. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. If this story touched your heart, please consider liking and subscribing for more reflections on life and love. Until next time.